If you'd said back in 2019, Sainsburys and Beyonce, they're going to go head to head and they're going to have beef. Why? How? Way back in the very first Behind the Campaign video, I mentioned that a brand, if they want to really get ahead in social media, has to be able to respond very, very quickly to anything which happens. That might be something which seems completely unrelated to that brand that they can capitalize on. And this has played out fantastically with Beyonce's new collaboration with Adidas in the Ivy Park range, and how people started noticing online that, hey, that outfit looks a little bit like the Sainsbury's uniform. It's got the same colour scheme, it's got that piping. It escalated to the point where Sainsbury's actually put out a post that acted as a catalyst and set all of Beyonce's diehard fans off on Twitter. Most of these people are probably American and they don't really know much about Sainsbury's, that they have no context for what it is. So some of them just think that it's some other clothing brand who are saying they've invented it before, and they're getting really angry. And then all of the other people who are in on the joke, it doesn't take much to be in on the joke, but obviously those other people aren't, they are there saying, oh my goodness, you've just completely misunderstood this. The whole thing is just stoking this attention, and Sainsbury's is just lapping it up, and their social media team are just jumping on it. They're commenting, they're replying to people. The response from those American fans has been fascinating. That they've been pulling like stocks and shares information and like screen capping it and posting it under the Sainsbury's post and saying, oh yeah, well, you're not doing that well, look, your share value is going down. It's just this bizarre situation where Beyonce fans have started this beef with Sainsbury's, and they're trying to look at its stock performance. It's like, why? How? It's such a weird way to start the year. Aside from the first instance where you have people generating this content saying it looks similar, you then have Sainsbury's response. You then have all of the people who are generating their own content around this, who work at Sainsbury's and are tagging their friends. They're replying to the main post. They're replying to some of the posts that people are looking at with Ivy Park. So Beyonce or any of the celebrity influencers that she's been sending this stuff out to, and they're posting pictures of themselves wearing their uniforms. So it's a really successful viral campaign for Sainsbury's because it's been embraced by the wider community. Everyone is finding their own way to interpret this and really owning it. When we're talking to brands about how they can do this kind of thing, it really does come down to the speed at which you can generate the content, the tone which you're taking with it, and Sainsbury's nailed that. And that piece of content that Sainsbury's did produce is mimicking what Ivy Park are doing to a T. The model choice, the styling, the photography, the graphics that are used on it, all mimic what Ivy Park have done. Because of that, it just makes it so much more powerful, so much more successful. What I've enjoyed most about this whole thing is how you have Beyonce over here, who has obviously been working very closely with Adidas. They've very carefully built their campaign. They've been sending out the product in a really extravagant fashion to other celebrities, like Reese Witherspoon, for example. And that's been building the hype. And then it's all completely lampooned by Sainsbury's. It's almost a send-up of the whole establishment that they've got there with the celebrity culture and everything before they've even actually fully launched. It's amazing that they've managed to make this as much of a thing as they have, as quickly as they have. But I think it's because people are able to feel like they own a little bit of this, and they're able to put their own take on it and share something which they're finding amusing. You know, they're repping for Sainsbury's, they're wearing the uniform, and they photoshopped in Beyonce into shots with sort of like them at the cheese counter and stuff. As brands, you never know when the next trend is going to come along. So whether that's like the Ice Bucket Challenge, whether that's the Mannequin Challenge, whether that's Harlem Shake, whether that's the whole Peloton debacle, whether that's Beyonce putting out a clothing line which looks kind of like a Sainsbury's uniform. Just got to be ready to jump on it when it happens.